Hi, Claire. I'm Dr. Lambert.
Dr. Lambert. Bet you have some bad news for me, right?
Some difficult news, yes. Your test results show high levels of N metabolites in your blood. It's a condition known as acute
Uremia, I know.
Then you probably already know your kidneys are failing.
And that's the least of my worries, right?
As a matter of fact, your CT scan shows lesions on the brain.
Let me save you some time. Something I no longer take for granted. It's cancer. It started in my abdomen, has metastasized in my brain. So, now that we're up to speed, tell me this. Why am I still here?
Because you're being cared for.
I didn't ask to be cared for. I don't choose to be cared for. There's a DNR that's due not resuscitate card in my wallet.
Your purse was not with you when they found you.
Well, now you know. And I would appreciate it if you would release me from this hospital immediately.
I'm sorry. That's not possible.
Julie, it's Frank. Are you there? Pick up if you are. This is the third message I've left. Call me.
You know, this is really wonderful, the whole idea, getting married and everything, but what's the hurry? Why does this have to be done today?
Well, Scott came up with the idea. He thinks it's a very smart move, and I agree.
Well, it solidifies our position in the eyes of the court.
See, Chris and Julie are married, so that makes them look very upstanding. We don't want to give them any more ammunition than they already have.
I suppose, but doesn't it seem just a little
Kevin,
bit...
we've got to get in here and get this done. So, come on.
All right.
Okay, sweetie, you ready?
Come on.
Okay, here we go.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Are you Mr. Scott Baldwin?
Yeah, how you doing?
You have now been served. Hey, thanks for saving me the trip.
Ah, you little weasel.
Scott, I'm here. I made it. I didn't miss anything, did I?
No, come on. Let's get in here and get going.
Ah, is that our bride?
Who, me? Oh, no. I'm not Lucy. I'm not the bride. I'm a friend and daughter. But, hey, thanks anyway, Your Honor.
Lucy.
That'd be me. Okay, I'm gonna... I'll hand...
Oh, yes,
Is
of
that
course.
okay?
Yes, sweetheart.
Okay.
Come here. Okay, come with me. Come on, dear.
Okay, I guess this is it. There you go. Oh, I need this to be it. Okay. Oh, this is really it.
Yeah, I guess so. You make a beautiful bride. Good luck. You're gonna need it.
Thanks, I know.
Who has the rings?
Oh, well, I got the rings.
What, you have the rings? You actually,
I have
you
the
got
rings.
rings. You did
Well,
get
you
rings.
get married without rings now, can you?
I love you.
Okay, well, now listen, if you have any back-out feelings right now, I think that you should
No,
go.
I don't have any back out. I want to stand right here in front of the whole entire world, in front of everybody, and say that we are a family, and we're here to stay, and we're not going anywhere. Am I right?
You're right. Of course, you're always right.
I'm glad you know that now, before we get married.
Once in a while.
Well, no, okay, this is it. We're ready now. Okay, Serena, where are you? Come here, you. Okay, it's okay, sweetie. Okay, here you go. All right, we're ready.
Okay.
We are gathered here in the presence of these witnesses for the purpose of uniting in matrimony Scott Baldwin and Lucy Coe. The contract of marriage...
Excuse me, can we just please just cut right to the good part?
Of course.
Okay, good.
Scott Baldwin, will you take this woman, Lucy Coe, to be your lawful wedded wife? Mr. Baldwin.
Daddy? Scott.
Oh, wait a second.
Wait a second. What do you mean, wait a second?
I got something important to say to you. What I want to say, Lucy, is that, I promised you the sky and the moon and the cannon and of course, Al couldn't get that to go off, so, the wedding of all weddings, and, here we are in the judge's chambers for crying out loud. No offense, Your Honor.
None taken.
Oh, I need to say something to you about that.
Let me just finish. The reason why I promised you everything, Lucy, is because you are everything to me. Everything. I never thought that I'd find that great love in life again, and I did. For reasons I don't know, but and the fact that you picked me to spend the rest of your life with, that makes me the luckiest guy in the world.
Me too.
So if ever there's reason to fire the cannon off, it'd be now. Anytime you want the celebration, the big celebration, I will give it to you. Just say the word and you've got it, all right? What I'm trying to say, I do.
Okay. Then, Lucy Coe, do you take this man, Scott Baldwin, to be your lawful wedded husband?
No. I mean, see, I need to make something very clear right here, if you don't mind. Just excuse me, pardon me, 1 minute, just for freeze. Okay, listen, you, I have to tell you this because this is really, really important now. I don't need that stuff. See, I mean, one day if we decide to have some big celebration with Aunt Charlene and Lee and Gail and everybody in town, that's great. But right now, loving you the way I do, and knowing you love me the way you do, this is it. This is the wedding of my dreams. You realize a little while ago I wouldn't have known that. See, I still would have wanted the big wedding and the caterers, the designer dress, you know, all that fancy stuff. Because you know me, the way I grew up, more was always better. But these last few days, everything's changed. I realized what is really, really important to me, and it is not all that stuff, all those things. I don't need that. Scott Baldwin, what is important to me is right here, right now. You all are my soul. You're the heart of my heart. That's what's most important to me. All of you in this crummy old room. No offense.
Oh, don't mind me. Please continue.
No, I'm done. I mean, I'm not... I have to say, I do.
In that case, place the ring on the ring finger of her left hand and repeat after me.
Okay.
Lucy Coe, with this ring I thee wed.
Lucy Coe, with this ring, I thee wed.
Place the ring on the ring finger of his left hand and repeat after me. Scott Baldwin, with this ring, I thee wed.
Scott Baldwin, with this ring, I thee wed.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Deputy Commissioner of Civil Marriages, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. I'm afraid I have to run. I have another appointment. Luckily, it's in a much nicer office.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean that your office is crummy or
Are you
anything.
kidding? I wish you'd put in a word with the mayor. I wouldn't mind some new carpeting around here.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Guitar. Oh, congratulations, you too. Oh, thank you.
Hey, since I heard that you guys aren't going on a honeymoon, can we just go and have some pizza?
Oh, yeah. Pizza.
Pizza's fine.
You know what? I wish I could join you guys, but I'm due back at the hospital, so I'll see you later.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh.
Well, have yourself a great life, Mrs. Baldwin.
I can't believe I'm finally married.
He better be good to you. Because if he isn't, I swear.
I know. You are my wonderful friend.
Just be happy, okay?
Yeah, okay, I will.
Hey, Kevin, could you help Serena find the marriage certificate over there in the judge's desk?
Why? What's wrong?
I just got a summons.
What? What's it about?
Chris and Julie are demanding a blood test of Christina.
No, I'm not going to put her through that. No.
They better invest in quite a bit in armor, because we're about to have one hell of a battle.
So?
So, you should have got the papers by now.
Once those blood tests are done and the results are back, everyone will know that I'm not crazy Julie, some nutcase they can make fun of. I'm the one telling the truth, and it's going to be right there in black and white. that I'm Christina's mother. Stay tuned for scenes from the next Port Charles.
When you do get this message, give me a call. It's important.
Still no Julie?
She's ducking me. She's got to be.
Well, maybe she's not ready to talk to you yet.
Well, sooner or later, she's going to have to. We have a kid together.
Yeah, you seem pretty sure Christina's your daughter.
I know what I was doing 9 months before she showed up at the nurse's ball, and I know who I was doing it with.
Excuse me, you Frank Scanlon?
Yeah, is this about my medical insurance?
No. It's about being served. Have a good day.
A court order forthwith. A blood test for paternity. See? Julie thinks I'm the father, too.
Okay, so, you take the test, and it proves absolutely you're Christina's daddy. And then what?
Hey, if it isn't Mr. and Mrs. Baldwin.
Yeah, I can't believe we actually got married, pulled the whole thing off without a hitch.
It was so beautiful. Well, actually, so was the wedding night.
Yeah, we finally shut off the cannon.
Boy, did we ever. Well, I am so happy for you, too. I wish everything else was going as smooth. How are you guys doing about the blood test? We're okay, considering that we'd be arrested if we didn't show up and put her through that. Well, listen, I've taken care of everything with the lab. Marcy, she's great with kids. She's ready for you, and she'll have Christina in and out before you know it. Okay. Thanks.
Good, thanks.
You know, Scott here keeps telling me I'm squeezing her too tight, and, you know, so worried.
Don't worry, nobody's going to take this kid away from you.
I know, it's just bad enough someone's trying. Hey, you took a step in the right direction by getting married. Yeah.
Yes, we did. We did the right thing.
Hey, are you going to be around a little bit later, Karen?
Yeah, till 6. Just page me.
Okay, thanks. Okay. Come on, you. Let's go.
Well, someone tied the knot. Happy for you, too.
I think, Rachel, the only thing you're happy about is the fact that Julie did exactly what you told her to do.
No, Julie made this move on her own, and why not? I mean, she is Christina's birth mother. In fact, I think that she's been kept away from her child long enough.
Can't keep you out of trouble, can we, big brother?
Seems that way. What do you do when you find out you fathered a baby with Julie? Hand out cigars?
So now what?
Well, I comply with this and give blood so they can run a DNA test. I'm not holding my breath, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, we know Julie's died before.
Yeah, but would she this time, knowing how easy it is to find out whether she's telling the truth?
I don't know, but if Christina is your daughter, you've got a lot of catching up to do.
What are you saying?
Well, Scott and Lucy adopted Christina, not knowing who her parents were. They're about to find out. That's going to change everything.
Scott and Lucy are the only parents she's ever known.
Christina is your daughter. That's got to mean something.
You can say that after what you went through with Neil?
Neil's where he belongs. You know that. Why does Christina deserve any less?
It isn't that simple.
You're the one who jumped it into my head. A father has a right to his child and vice versa.
Well, this is different.
Neil's your kid. If Christina is yours also, I don't see the difference.
Well, you wouldn't, because you live in a black and white world. So when are you going to figure out that the real world isn't like that?
When you start taking responsibility for your choices, Frank.
Hey, more makeup?
Well, you know, it's service soap here.
Hope you're keeping an eye on Lucy.
What's that supposed to mean?
I think she's a bit on edge.
I wonder why.
Because she's afraid of what's going to happen if you fight Julie for custody of Christina.
I'll tell you what's going to happen. We're going to win.
Look, don't you think it's better if you just help Lucy accept the inevitable? Julie is Christina's birth mother.
That hasn't been proven yet. And by the way, how long have you known about this?
Does it matter?
Yeah, it does matter, because I think you used me.
Meaning?
Meaning that you did everything in your power to get me to be Julie's lawyer.
And why not, Scott? You're the best.
Oh, yeah, well, it was a lot of fun, you know. Knowing now what she's going to do to my family after I won the case.
Look, I'm not a sadist, Scott.
I think you are.
Well, you obviously already made up your mind about me, but then that does seem to be a habit of yours.
Oh, Well, you may have me all figured out, but I'm going to tell you something right now. If you mess with my family, you're not going to like what happens. Trust me.
Well, the dialysis is working.
Maybe we can convince Claire that's a good thing.
Yeah, get her started on some radiation therapy, prescribe some steroids.
I think it's her best shot at this point.
At what?
Living.
Yeah, you can call it that.
I do.
Eve, you're not the one with terminal cancer.
Well, maybe that makes me more objective.
Or not.
Scott,
Ramsey, I'm on my way out.
we heard that you and Lucy got married.
Yeah, we did. Thanks for the wedding present.
We didn't send anything.
Yeah, you did. When I said I'd do, I got you a little subpoena.
Is that why you're here, to have Christina tested?
Oh, that's none of your business.
Oh, Christina! Oh, my gosh, stay away from her.
She's my little girl. I am not going to hurt her.
You already have, Julie.
Now, Julie, listen to me, all right? Just stay away, because actually... Officer, here's the woman right here.
Are you Julie Ramsey?
Yes.
This is for you.
I'm going to go. I will see you later.
Okay. What is this?
Let me.
Chris, what is it?
It's an order of protection from the Erie County Family Court. It's forbidding you going anywhere near Christina.
Near her? What does that mean?
It means that if you come within 100 feet of Christina, you'll be thrown in jail. You do remember jail, don't you, Julie?
So, how'd the blood test go?
Well, the good thing is it's over, but
She did fine. She was amazing. You were a little trooper. Yes, you were. You were a trooper. Do you know she even smiled up at Marcy just like that, made googly eyes?
well, you know, nothing like the way she looks at you.
Yeah, well, that's because I am her mommy in every way that counts, and she knows it, don't you, Pumpkinhead? She knows.
Well, the results aren't in yet.
That's right. So that means that maybe Christina's TNA won't match Julie's, right?
Well, there's a slim to none chance.
Thanks. Well, it doesn't matter whatever the tests say. Julie will never, ever be her mommy.
Even with radiation therapy, we might not buy much time.
Well, we can't be sure. She might go into remission.
Yeah, for how long? 1 month? 2 months? Claire wants to die, Eve.
Nobody wants to die, Joe. Nobody in their right mind, anyway.
Well, I think a psychiatric evaluation would prove that she has a sound mind.
What? Why are you taking her side?
A patient is entitled to full participation in their treatment or non-treatment if they choose.
Okay, in a state-funded hospital. We are private. We need to go to the ethics committee on this one.
Yeah, we know where their heads are. No press.
Do you blame them after the strike?
If they keep Claire in the hospital against her will, yes, I do blame them.
Okay. This coming from a doctor who has broken every rule in the book to save lives.
If the patient is willing to fight, yes.
And what if the patient isn't willing to fight? What if they've just given up? They don't want to do it anymore. Like Neil.
Neil is different. There was hope for Neil.
As long as Claire's alive, there's hope for her, too.
Yeah, but at what cost, Eve? Don't you think she deserves a comfortable death with dignity rather than a prolonged life with pain?
That's what I'm afraid of. Do you remember when Sebastian was in the hospital? He wanted to leave, and I didn't want him to go. But eventually, I let him, okay? And guess what? He died.
That's because he was going to anyway, Eve.
We will never know that for sure.
I do. Just like I know Claire's going to die. And it's our job to help her let go.
This goes against everything I believe in.
I think you're substituting your judgment for hers, Eve.
When I woke up this morning, I actually had this thought. For a brief second, what would it be like to be going to work someplace where people's lives weren't in my hands? Where when you make a mistake, you don't cause more pain than what was there before.
Hey, you want a donut hole?
I don't think so. What, are those left over from the wedding celebration?
Well, you know, the celebration was a bit rushed.
Hey, look, you don't have to explain anything. I couldn't be happier for both of you.
Well, we plan on having a big, thing at one point, just right now.
Yeah, I know. Julie's attempting to tear your family apart. How's Lucy holding up?
Lucy's, she has these bursts of optimism, you know. Of course, she doesn't know the legal system the way I do and the way I manipulated it.
No way you could have known that Christina's biological mother would be coming forward now.
Yeah, and the parents would be Frank and Julie.
God, you know, as a lawyer, and as a damn good one, I might say, you did everything you knew how to protect that little girl.
I know, but once the biological mother comes out of the woodwork...
I know, then the courts can get very, very picky.
Yeah, so that's why I'm glad I did what I did.
Scott, you did the right thing.
Well, I just hope that it's not going to cost us our daughter.
Okay, straight down there and hang left.
I think I know my way around the hospital by now. We need to get home and take a bath.
Blood test?
Yeah.
Me too. It's quite a mess, isn't it?
Unbelievable.
She just keeps on smiling.
Boy, they sure grow fast at that age, huh?
Yeah, they do, just leaps and bounds, you know, every day. It's been a really long morning for her, so I'm just going to take her home now.
Yeah, sure thing. You keep smiling, okay?
Oh.
You've done a great job with her, Lucy.
Thank you.
I don't know when I've ever seen a happier-looking kid.
She is happy, you know.
Well, you better get her home and into the tub.
Yeah, I gotta take care.
I think I've had enough coffee.
You had anything to eat lately outside the donut hole?
No, I'm not hungry.
Look, Scott, I know you're in a tight spot, but it's not right that you should blame yourself for all this.
People are getting hurt.
But exactly what could you have done to stop that? Look, from the moment Christina came into your life, you have done everything you can to find her real parents.
I know. I put an ad in the paper. Nobody came around.
And you warned Lucy not to become attached, because the day might come when you'd have to give the baby back.
Did she take my advice?
No, of course not. Then again, neither did you.
I couldn't help it.
No, of course not. I felt the same way when I became your dad.
Well, see, then you know what I'm going through. I mean, and you got Christina there, you know, and when she just smiles at you, you're done.
Your heart just stops, doesn't it?
Wait a second. When you got me, I was already a pain in the neck.
Well, on those nights when I looked in on you just to make sure you were covered up, I'd see you'd be dreaming away about, winning a ball game or putting a frog on a teacher's desk. There'd be a smile on your face. And I just think how lucky I am to have that boy in my life.
So you get this gift, huh?
Oh, it is a gift. And a priceless one.
I wonder how Frank feels about it.
I know what Julie said. Do you believe her?
Is Christina mine? You know, funny thing. Last year at the nurses' ball, the night that we found Christina, I held her for a minute. I had no idea who she was. I keep thinking back on that, trying to remember if I felt anything. If something was saying, hey, we're connected here.
How could you know?
I saw my daughter today, Mom. She is beautiful.
Oh.
We got your message.
We were worried you had bad news.
No, it's good news. Very good news, in fact. I ran into Lucy earlier.
So did we.
Well, then you must have picked up on it.
What?
Well, she knows that she's going to lose this fight. She's frightened. She's falling apart right before our eyes.
And that's a good thing? I mean, she's got my daughter's life in her hands, and you're telling me she's out of control?
Lucy would never hurt Christina, but she's not fit to be her mother. And any judge is going to pick up on that the minute Lucy walks into a courtroom.
You sure?
I'm positive. In fact, to finish her off, I have lined up a great attorney. And when he's done with her, there won't be any Mother Lucy left. She'll be a wreck, and little Christina will be right back in your arms.
Oh, you got her. Okay, what does Clean Kitty say? Come on. I've been teaching you. I've been teaching you. Meow. Yeah, we're close. Meow. Okay, come on. Let's take Clean Kitty. Let's see what's going on. Okay.
Oh, great.
Hi.
Courtney, what are you doing here?
I'm sorry. I know this probably isn't a very good time.
It's not a good time at all.
We need to talk, and I don't think it can wait.
Fine. Come in and make it quick.
Okay. Boy, she really is beautiful.
Yes, I know that.
This must be a nightmare for you. When I think about how I would feel if someone was trying to take Neil away from me,
Courtney, that's not going to happen to you because you're Neil's biological mother.
You know that's not the only thing that matters.
I know that. The question is whether a judge will see that.
Well, the judge might be more inclined if the baby's father had an opinion. If he came forward and said the biological mother wasn't fit.
And Frank would be willing to do that?
Well, he might. If I made him see it that way.
Oh, okay, Courtney. What is in it for you? Go ahead, tell me.
How much are you willing to pay?
Oh, for you to influence Frank.
Frank listens to me, and he really needs me. Now, more than ever. Finding out he's, Christina's father has really shaken him up.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You're going to go behind his back, and what the question becomes is, how do I say this? You're willing to sell his child.
You have, forgotten what it's like not to have money, Lucy. Frank and I struggle every single day just to take care of Neil. But Frank, he has this, big heart, so he doesn't always see the practical side of things, which leaves all the burden on me. And I know that Frank and I couldn't provide for Christina, not like you and Scott.
Okay, so it comes down to this. Christina goes to the highest bidder, huh?
Of course not. It comes down to who can best care for Christina. I think that's you and Scott.
And you're willing to make Frank see that?
If the price is right. And don't look at me like that. Because I know you would fight for your family the same way.
I need you to go.
Excuse me. Oh, Lucy. You know Julie and Chris will come at you with everything they've got. And it might just, tip the scales if the baby's father stood up in court and said, Your Honor, I think my child should stay where she has already found a loving home. I don't know. It's something to think about.
Stay tuned for scenes from the next Port Charles.
Well, your latest test results show your potassium levels are down, your BUN and creatinine are near normal, and your hemoglobin is up.
Doctor, I started tuning out the details after my last remission.
The bottom line is, this is good news.
Good news. They'll be letting me go home.
That's not in your best interest. Now, why don't you tell me a little bit about where you were treated before?
That would not be in my best interest.
Oh, that looks great.
I made the banner, and wait till you see the awesome cake Mom did.
Which you frosted?
Oh, that sounds wonderful. Thanks.
Sweetie, why don't you take Frank's bag into the bedroom, okay?
Sure.
Okay. I thought you'd be a little more excited about coming home.
Oh, I am. It's just... I can't get a hold of Julie. She's dodging my calls.
Well, can you just put that aside? For a little while? Hey, Neil really poured his heart into making today special for you.
I know, and it's wonderful.
Then give yourself a break, Frank. You just got out of the hospital.
Yeah, I know, and I just found out that I might have another kid. Look, tell Neil that I had to go out. All right, I'll be back soon.
Oh, for me, you shouldn't have.
I didn't.
Oh, shoot, and fiancés get all the fun.
I'm afraid they do. Have you seen mine?
Approaching as we speak?
Oh, my, what
Hi.
perfect timing.
Oh, well,
Do you, have time for a break?
yes, I always have time for a break with you. What's in the box?
A surprise.
For me?
Mm-hmm.
Really? What is it?
Oh, now just settle down. We'll go to my office where we can have some privacy.
Oh, sounds naughty. I'd love
Just
to.
leave a little note for Dr. Luck. Would you see that Rachel gets that for me, please?
And what do I get if I do?
The satisfaction of a job well done.
Oh, big whoop.
Yeah. So, the note for Rachel, what's that for?
I'm requesting her files on Julie. I think I might be able to help out Scott and Lucy if I can show that Julie would be an unfit mother.
And do you think that she'll give them to you?
No, but it's fun to annoy her. So you want your surprise or not?
Yeah.
Oh, look at all this cake.
Well, I know you had to cancel your appointment at the bakery, so I brought the bakery to you.
Oh, yummy. Now who's getting into the wedding spirit, huh?
Well, I'd say it has its perks.
You are fantastic.
And you have cake to eat. I don't think I've ever seen a smile disappear so fast.
I was just thinking about my patient, Claire. Maybe if she had someone to love her like you love me, she wouldn't be so eager to die.
This woman's really gotten to you.
Yeah.
Is there any chance she might recover?
Well, if we can get her into remission and keep her there for a little while, maybe. But how am I supposed to help her when she won't even discuss her previous treatment with me?
Maybe she's holding out as a means to control her life. I'm surprised she didn't have a DNR.
Well, she claims she did have a DNR, but she was brought in as a Jane Doe. She didn't have her purse or her wallet anywhere near her. I think that she's hiding something. And that leads me to believe that she's not quite sure what she's getting herself into with all this.
You want me to talk to her,
Oh,
see if she's competent?
Would you please?
What room is she in?
She's in 510. And here's her chart right here. And I love you.
I love you, too.
Thank you.
Save me some cake.
Well.
Little piece of cake. Crumb. Morsel.
All right.
It's big enough to have frosting on it.
Get out of here.
Thank you.
Well, picking out the wedding cake, one of the best parts of the wedding.
Oh, hi, Rachel. You know, if you wanted some,
Kevin
there's really
wanted
not
to
enough
see
to...
me.
You just missed him. He stepped out.
Well, I'm sure it had something to do with Julie. It usually does.
You know, if you thought that Kevin was tough on Julie before, just wait until his godfather instincts with Christina kick in.
You're a pretty secure woman, aren't you, Eve? A staunch supporter of Lucy's, the exact same woman that came within seconds of marrying Kevin. Ancient history.
Really? Really? Is that why she cried buckets when Kevin got stabbed? Was in such a hurry to name him Christina's godfather? You know, that kind of devotion you just don't see too often. And he certainly doesn't seem to be too upset about being a very big part of her life.
Oh, Rachel, you are so transparent. Trying to make me feel insecure about Kevin's past. Yeah, I get it. What was it that you said the other night when you were one drink away from wearing a lampshade on your head? What was that? oh, yeah, I remember. You said that you knew Kevin so well and that Kevin had secrets just like everybody else and stuff. Well, Rachel, you don't have a clue.
For someone who's been around the block as many times as you have, you are surprisingly naive. Enjoy your cake.
May I come in?
Let's see. No white coat. No smock, no scrubs. You must be a psychiatrist.
Boy, am I busted. I'm Dr. Collins. Kevin. I'm on staff here.
Bringing in the big guns. Now, look, Doctor, I really don't feel the need to share. Besides, didn't anyone tell you I'm not insured?
Ah, this one's on the house. Dr. Lambert asked me to come in.
Well, now you have.
She filled me in on your case.
And what did she tell you?
That you want to die.
Exactly. So, now that we understand each other, what's left to discuss?
Could I ask you a few questions?
Today is May 4, 2000. Price of gas is going up. Bill Clinton is still our president. Vice President Gore is waiting in the wings. And most important, I am well aware that my cancer has metastasized to my brain, and I am not going to be around to see the next inauguration.
I'm sorry.
Now, the problem with you doctors is that you think you're God. Well, my God tells me that I'm out of here. Now, if I get it, why can't Dr. Lambert?
She's used to saving lives.
Well, I suggest you go talk with her, because I don't have a problem with my dying.
I'm coming.
She looks like you.
What are you doing here?
You should have answered my calls. Were you ever going to tell me about our baby?
I told you I was pregnant. I asked you to help me.
And I was willing to until you decided to convince me and everyone else that you were pregnant with a bouncing baby pillow.
Frank, you don't understand.
You're damn right, I don't. You cut me out. I never abandoned you.
You didn't care about me. You were after my money.
Oh, and Ramsey wasn't? You turned to him instead of me? You even named the baby after him, didn't you?
Chris was there for me. And you have no idea what he risked to deliver my baby.
You're damn right, I don't. But you are going to start talking, because if you think for 1 second I am going to ignore the fact that I have a daughter, you better think again.
Hey, you better hurry up. Your fiance's going to eat all the cake. I just came from your office. You said you needed to speak to me.
Right. Yes, your file's on Julie. I'd like to have a look at them.
Well, they're not going to do you any good. And you're not going to find anything in there to help you prove any kind of a case you might be piling up against Julie.
Well, I can be the judge of that.
Kevin, come on. What is it with you? It's like you've always got some sort of a hunt going on where Julie is concerned. You're going to be saving the world from what? From God knows what, because Julie is not dangerous.
So you keep saying, but based on her actions, I have to disagree. Now, I made a vow to look after my goddaughter. I intend to follow through.
By going after her mother?
No, just by showing that she's unsuitable to raise Christina.
Look, you really want to help your friends. Why don't you start helping them come to terms that they're going to have to give Christina up?
We'll see.
Claire Wright. That's an interesting case. tragic when such a young woman has her life cut short.
Yes, it is.
What do you think is worse? Knowing you're going to die, or dying when you least expect it?
Well, I'd have to think about that.
Well, get back to me with it, because I'd be very interested to know what your answer is.
I think I'm having an out-of-body experience.
More like a death by chocolate experience.
Yeah.
Too sweet.
What? Oh, you wimp. I wonder what the COS would say if he knew his esteemed chief resident was called away on urgent business just to find out whether chocolate mocha buttercream tasted better than lemon raspberry filling.
So how did I get picked for this important and fattening assignment?
Hey, I'm not packing on the pounds all by my lonesome. You know, it is kind of funny, though. I always thought that when I got married, excuse me, if I got married, that Chris would be right by my side helping me make all the decisions. Now we barely say 2 words to each other.
Well, you're lucky, because he's slime, he and his wife. She fooled me, that's for sure, pretending she was my friend, and for what? So she could stab my family in the back and take Christina.
Okay, hold on. It's okay. What goes around comes around.
You don't know what it's like to wake up and realize all your friends are gone?
Excuse me. What am I, chopped liver?
Here we are eating cake, and I'm laying a guilt trip on you.
Oh, well, you know, cake, guilt, they go hand in hand anyway, so. But I have been thinking about something, and I think it might make both of our situations a little better.
What?
I have a bridesmaid's position open, and I was wondering if you would fill it for me.
Is this a mercy job?
I think we could both use a friend right now.
I would be honored.
Yay!
Oh, good. Oh.
No matter how many times I go over it in my head, I still can't understand why you would keep Christina a secret.
If they knew at Ferncliff I was pregnant, they would have taken my baby away from me. I mean, she would have disappeared into the foster system. God only knows where she would have ended up.
You could have given her to me.
How was I supposed to know you would want that?
I would never turn my back on a kid.
Frank, you were screwed up on DL56.
So you handpicked Scott and Lucy for the job?
No, I didn't plan it that way.
Well, then how did you plan it?
Chris had arranged for somebody to care for Christina until I was released from Ferncliff.
What happened?
She bailed. Guess being a nanny was her life's ambition.
What, so it was dumb luck that Christina ended up with Scott and Lucy?
Well, it could have been a lot worse. At least I knew she was in good hands.
They have been more than just good babysitters, Julie. They love her. They've had her christened. Christina is almost a year old, and they've been with her since the start. Did you ever think how playing musical parents would affect her?
I never wanted to hurt anyone, especially Christina. And thank God she's still so young. Not like Neil, who's been bounced around from father to father. I know you have your hands full trying to win him over. And adding Christina to the mix isn't going to make his life any easier.
Neil would have an even bigger problem with me if I pretended his sister didn't exist.
Which is why when he was so sick, I arranged to have Christina tested. I knew it was a gamble. People could make the connection, but if it saved Neil's life, it was worth it. Frank, I gave your son his life back. I'm not asking for a thank you. I just want you to stay out of the way while I fight for my daughter.
How about some sugar water to blush your blues? Allergies. They've been driving me nuts all day. Thank you.
I didn't know you had allergies.
No, I never did. It just kind of snuck up on me.
Hey.
Hey.
You save me any?
A few crumbs, but I go with the strawberry filling. You know I have to go, but fill me in on when my next bridesmaid assignment is.
Okay. Thanks, Karen.
Yep.
Must have been something I said.
No, she's just got a lot of stuff going on. So, how was Claire?
That's one smart lady. And she knows exactly what she's doing.
I don't understand wanting to die. Even when you have a chance, even the slimmest chance, some sort of a
I know.
chance.
It's hard to understand why someone wouldn't put themselves through chemotherapy and have their hair fall out and their body waste away and turn in on itself. But she's made peace with herself. She knows how she wants to go.
Well, thanks for seeing her.
You bet. Okay. Which cake won?
Oh, cake. That's right. Well, it was a toss-up between... we have the traditional white on white, which is very nice and yummy. Try that. Okay.
Please tell me you didn't do that with Karen.
And then we have the also equally as yummy, but, you know, chocolate mocha buttercream, which, a little more dangerous. What do you think of this one? Let me get that for you.
I always did like risk.
Wait, wait.
Just a minute.
Here.
Thank you. Is that right?
Is it good?
Okay, yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
Come in. Dr. Collins?
That's me.
The bakery left out a sample from your box.
Oh, thank you so much for bringing this all the way over here.
No problem.
Okay. There you go.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Yummy! More cake!
Yeah, I know a sugar high when I see one.
Oh, okay. Let's see what kind this is. This looks like, well, it looks like probably coconut. Let me try. That's definitely coconut. I can't figure out the frosting, though.
Hand it on over.
All right. There might be something on the box that says what kind it is.
Swiss chocolate.
Yeah, Swiss chocolate. Coconut cake with Swiss chocolate frosting. You're good at this.
Lucky guess.
Oh, did you get that delivery to Dr. Collins?
Yeah, taken care of.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's sort of weird about Christina. I mean, she might be my sister, or half-sister, or whatever. I'm so used to her being Serena's sister.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty confusing, all right. Hey, but I want you to remember something. Even if Frank does have another daughter, or may have another daughter, it doesn't mean he's going to love you any less.
This place isn't that big. I guess I could share my room with her.
We don't know what's going to happen, if anything. And it's very possible that Christina will stay exactly where she is.
But when I found out Frank was my dad, we moved right in.
Yeah, that's true, but this is a very different situation. So, why don't we just take it one day at a time, okay?
Okay.
Now, this is all gonna get straightened out, I promise. All right? Okay. All right.
Nice move, Julie. Using Neil's bone marrow transplant as leverage.
I am simply stating the facts.
You and Chris both knew we were looking for a donor long before anyone suggested having Christina tested. And as for the, you already have a kid, let me keep mine argument, forget it. A child deserves a stable home.
Isn't that what Neil had with Joe before you yanked him away?
You use that on me, and I will turn it right back on you, sweetheart. Because the way I see it, Christina already has a stable home with Scott and Lucy.
All those months I spent locked up in Ferncliff, the only thing that kept me going was knowing that I had a baby to live for. And that one day I would be with her again. Don't you dare try and take that away from me.
This is all about you, isn't it, Julie? About you and to hell with everyone else.
All I want is to be a mother to my daughter.
The same way you gave me a chance to be a father, that chance